Hey everyone, so if you're looking for a dual screen phone, I got your best two options right here. I'm talking about the LG V20 and the HTC U Ultra. So let's get started by powering both these phones on at the same time. Now both these phones are very new. The HTC is a little bit newer, this came out this week. Actually not even available yet in the majority of the world. And just because that the HTC does have a little bit better internal specs, has a Snapdragon 821 and 4GB of RAM. The LG V20 by comparison has a Snapdragon 820 and 4 as well. But you notice here that the V20 actually the first one to boot up. So extremely fast boot up there for the V20. And the HTC is up as well. Alright everyone, so as usual, I'll plan for video, app opening, game opening, web browsing, fingerprint scanner, multitasking, camera speed, and more. And we're just going to make sure everything's closed out. Now, one of the first things you notice is that both these phones have really large screens, both 5.7 inches, both 513 pixels per inch. And they do have that second screen at the top there. And I'll show you more of the design later in the video, but for now, just a quick look at this second screen. So both seem to be pretty similar. I haven't used the HTC that much yet, but seems very similar to the one on the V20. Alright guys, so let's get started. So first up, we got Temp Run 2. Now this is interesting. You're going to notice that the V20 actually a little bit faster loading up this game. And that's something I found. So I've done several practice tests and I found the V20 does load this game up a little bit faster. So interesting first result there. We're going to skip CNN because I've been having a lot of issues recently. Next up, iFunny. A little bit faster there on the HTC. YouTube. HTC here. Calculator. Pretty similar. Clock. I think that may have been LG. Let me know in the comments though. eBay. That was LG. Asphalt 8. So another game here. And this time it is the HTC. And by a few seconds. So far I think that this has been very split. We'll have to see for more to test later in the video. Photos. That was HTC, ESPN. HTC. Settings. LG. Alright guys, so yeah, I mean pretty split. I think maybe HTC one or two more, but you guys let me know in the comments. Alright, so let's check out the Antutu Benchmark. So obviously guys, I mean both these extremely high scores. Easily two of the best on Android. They might be right behind the OnePlus 3T. Trying to think if there's another phone that gets higher scores than this, aside from the iPhone 7. But yeah guys, obviously really high scores here, so a little bit higher though on the HTC. But again, can't really go wrong either way. 150,000 for the LG, 153,000 for the HTC. Alright, so next up, let's take a look at some web browsing. Alright, so let's look at some sites. Let's look at IGN first. Pretty close, but you guys saw there it was HTC. Next up, let's look at Nintendo. Nintendo.com. And again, we got HTC there. Let's look at Box News. Again, we got HTC here. Then let's look at CNN. So yeah, I mean, the HTC web browser is extremely fast. Definitely one of the best I've seen. Possibly even the best. Alright, now this still goes HTC. Let's look at one more. Let's do, well, we'll do LG.com. And actually, just to be fair, we'll do HTC last. Okay, LGelectronics.com. HTC. And last one is HTC.com. Alright, well, these are actually loading up. Alright, this loaded up like something before it. But, I mean, regardless, you guys can tell, obviously, HTC, faster web browsing overall. Let me just go back to Google here. Just when we do the multitasking, so it's on the same screen. Okay. Let's take a look at camera speed. So yeah, guys, both these cameras, pretty solid, not the best on the market, but still very good cameras. In terms of rear facing, so you have 12 megapixels on the HTC. With the LG V20, you actually have two cameras, 16 megapixels. So you guys see there, two dual cameras on the back. So let's just take some pictures here just in terms of speed. Obviously, both really fast. You guys can let me know which one you think is faster, but not much of a difference, as you guys can tell. And I will have an actual camera comparison on my channel in the future. You guys can check out. Alright, next up, let's look at the fingerprint scanner, and then we'll do, then lastly, multitasking. So on the LG, the fingerprint scanner is located here, right here on the back. Now guys, I do like this phone. It's an excellent phone, but the fingerprint scanner, I do not like the placement of it. I know some people do, so if you like it, then that's, you know, that's good. But personally, I just like it a lot more here on the HTC, located right here where the home button is. But for now, let's just see how these stack up in terms of speed. Sorry, I actually hit that a little bit late on the V20. Try again. And for both of them, you can just press down on it. You don't have to actually hold on the button. Press hard on the button. You can just place your finger on it. Yeah, so I'm going to declare the HTC the winner of the fingerprint scanner. Faster and a better location. Okay, then let's check out, do some multitasking here. Alright, so let's go all the way back to the beginning. Let's do Temperanto. And let me just go over some more of the specs real quick. So again, both very similar screens, 5.7 inches, 513 pixels per inch, both the second screen at the top there. Rear facing camera, you have dual cameras on the V20, including a super wide angle lens, which I really like. 12 megapixels on the U Ultra. Front facing camera is better on the U Ultra, 16 megapixels versus 5 on the LG. In terms of internal storage, the LG 64 gigabytes, the HTC 64-128, both have micro SD card support. Battery size on the LG 3200, and it is removable. On the U Ultra, it's 3000. Again, internally, Snapdragon 820, 4GB of RAM. On the HTC, Snapdragon 821 and 4GB of RAM, so HTC with the Snapdragon 821. Both fingerprint scanners, both USB-C at the bottom. Now, the V20 at this point, a little bit cheaper than when it first launched. You can get it for around $600. The U Ultra just launched, so around $750. The V20, mostly aluminum, I'll show you that in a minute. The U Ultra has a glass back, and the V20 has an always on screen, so when the screen's off, this secondary screen acts as always on. And yeah, of course, both. Oh, and very important, the U Ultra does not have a headphone jack. Pretty disappointing, but it's just how it is. Let me just show you guys. So you see, you got the always on screen display here for the V20. So it just tells you the time, notifications, and then the back. So we have USB-C at the bottom for both. No headphone jack on the HTC. Yeah, glass versus aluminum. And on the V20, it actually is removable. I'll show you that later in the video. Just don't want to risk phone. It won't turn off. It hasn't happened before, but just don't want to risk that. All right, so multitasking. All the way back at the beginning, we're going to do the most challenging one first. We're going to do Temple Run 2. Alright, so clearly guys, better multitasking so far on the HTC. I've been extremely impressed with the HTC multitasking. LG a lot of times does reload this app as it's doing right now. Yeah, I think HTC may be the best multitasking I've seen on a phone so far. Alright, let's check out some more. Let's do iFunny. Clearly HTC there. YouTube. That one goes to the V20. eBay. Pretty close there. It may be the V20. Let me know. Asphalt 8. So another game. Messed that up. Let me just try clicking on it. Alright, yeah, it looked like it probably would have been pretty similar for both. Let's go. Let's do ESPN. Alright, I think that may have been a little bit better on the LG. Actually, LG, aside from the slow start, obviously pretty big difference in the game, but aside from that, it's been doing very well. Let's do camera. I think that was HTC. And just a couple more, then we'll wrap this up. Let's do Chrome. Very similar. So yeah, both these phones, very good multitasking. Just the main difference being, I think Temple Run 2 so far. It's YouTube. Actually, we already did YouTube. Let's do last one. Let's do photos. Alright, so HTC there. So yeah, I think overall both these phones are extremely fast. I think the HTC a little bit faster overall. You know, in terms of apps, I think it was pretty split. Maybe the HTC one or two more. In terms of boot up, that was the LG. In terms of Antutu, that was the HTC. In terms of camera speed, I think pretty split. I think in terms of multitasking, a little bit better on HTC. In terms of fingerprint scanner, better on HTC. But obviously, guys, there's a lot more important stuff than that. Oh yeah, let me show you. So the LG, so one advantage it has, you can remove the back, put in a battery right there. So awesome feature. Very rare for a phone to have that now. Of course, I think I prefer the cameras on the LG. HTC rear-facing camera, not that good. It's actually pretty decent pictures in terms of video, which I like doing more. It's not that good. But I'll let you guys check that out on my channel, put some videos up. In terms of front-facing camera, so better than HTC. But, you know, LG, it has, I think, better rear-facing cameras. It has dual cameras. It has the wide-angle lens, very cool. removable battery, a little bit larger battery size. But then, of course, the HTC Snapdragon 821. So honestly, guys, I mean, both these phones, they're excellent phones. They're very similar. As I mentioned, I really don't think you can go wrong either way. I think they're both great phones. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions.